Welcome to the Web Design Launchpad. Last week, we talked about the importance and some things you could do to protect your website. Now, this week, I'm going to cover more on the same subject. So these quick bites are again for protecting your website. The first one in the series today is using a secure host. When you identify your hosting provider, there are a lot of options available in the market. Every day I keep getting options where people say pay for one time and your entire hosting for life is free. Now ideally most of these platforms are not very secure. They have not built in the requirements for protecting the web spaces of their clients. Good hosting providers, they provide server security features, they provide protection from malware and hacking, and in turn, your website, which is an important asset for you and your organization, remains safe and secure. These providers build in virus scanners and other tools to prevent even things like DDoS or direct denial of service attacks. There are some providers who give you a free CDN, content delivery network, attached to their hosting platform as well. What happens through a CDN? That there is a front interface which takes all the attack and your hosting space is not compromised at all. In the last set, I told you about one of the attempts which happened on my website. Somebody managed to access my hosting space password and use the FTP, the file transfer protocol, to upload malicious code. So my hosting provider blocked that and sent me an information mail. Based on that, I had to take extra steps, like I ran multiple virus scanners on all the websites which were hosted on that platform, did a thorough check of it. Yes, in some of the log files I did find a few which were reported of having a virus in them. The two-factor authentication is now getting very popular. What is the two-factor authentication? Normally earlier, to log in into any website, we could just type in the password. If you notice, especially now in India, this has become a mandatory requirement for most of the banks, wherein after you type the password, you get an OTP on your mobile so that you can log in. Quite often, software like Google's Authenticator, and I think there is one with Microsoft as well, certain other providers also provide an authenticator. It is a kind of a randomly generated code which gets embedded into your website, and whenever you need to log in, whatever is the code displayed on your phone, that is what you need to add before you can get access to the backend of your website. This makes your website almost 90% more secure as compared to without an authenticator. To secure your website, you should always keep updating your website. The technology is upgrading every day, and most of the platforms which have been built for designing websites get a code upgrade multiple times in a year. It has been noticed that most of the times when a website gets compromised is because of old code which had some challenges, some vulnerabilities in the older code which got identified, and thus the upgrade became mandatory. If you install a good software on your website which will help you to protect your website, often they classify their updates as critical or normal. Critical updates should be done immediately. Thus, you have to create your schedule for updating your website periodically, and whenever you get a critical update from your provider that yes, you need to upgrade because you're using software that had holes in it, you should immediately target that upgrade. Another way to secure your website is to keep periodical backups. You should regularly back up your websites. I have defined a frequency for clients, and depending upon their usage and activity, I update their websites at predefined intervals. It is always recommended that you store your backups on a space which is not your current hosting space. I do tend to leave one copy of the last backup on that same hosting space for an emergency, but I always download it to my hard drive. Quite often, the cloud storage solutions also work very well for website backups. You should use the grandfather, father and son concept and have at least 3 different backups available to you. Your website might have been compromised about 15 days back and you've already taken 2 backups, and the latest backup is already an infected backup. So, multiple layers of backup should be kept in a local hard drive or in a cloud storage which is different from your website's hosting. Login rights also provide for an important mechanism to protect your website. As of today, if you have active users on your website, you will need to provide some restricted access to them on your website. It could be to a course or to some products or something. If you look at the major e-commerce websites, you first have to create a login to access whatever they wish to sell and whatever you wish to purchase. Quite often, for courses also, you are given appropriate rights to selected courses that you have purchased. Hence, defining appropriate login rights for different users of your website is critical. Most of the platforms do have a defined structure. WordPress, this is a key cornerstone. Also, there are plugins available where you can create new user types by giving them certain restricted rights. Now, on one of my art websites, although somebody who uploads content but is not authorized to publish that content because this content needs to be approved by an administrator or a person who has been given the specific authority to approve and publish this consent. The default WordPress rights did not have a file upload authority given into it. So, for the art website, I created a new role called artist, where besides the regular backend access, where he could add his paintings, the details of his paintings, I gave the file upload right as well. This made life simpler for me and for all the people who were authorized to approve various paintings uploaded by various artists. Similarly, somebody who is doing SEO, the search engine optimization, why should he access all the admin areas like adding plugins or removing plugins or changing structural things in a website? He should be concerned with SEO. So, there are certain plugins which provide for special rights like an SEO manager or an SEO executive to give them access to only SEO related content on the website. So these were important things that you need to take care of. While you learn these things, you're welcome to come and join my program. The links to that program are given in the video and also in the text below. So look into it. Break all your myths related to websites. Websites are not difficult. Web Design Launchpad is all about creating websites the non-tech way. Since you're watching this video, I have a special offer for you. My Kickstarter program, or rather I should call it membership, the link to that is given below, is currently available to you for a short period for a very reasonable amount. You can click on the link given, subscribe for it by creating an account on my website. In case if you face any challenges, you can reach out to me on my email, which has been shared on my website. So take care and have a good day.